I think we all understand that we want to get back to normal. We want to start traveling again.
A ban on border travel could soon be lifted for the first time in 15 months. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The border closure has brought a big part of the tourism industry to a halt, both in Western New York and in Southern Ontario. In 2019, more than 5 million vehicles traveled across the Peace Bridge. That number was slashed to less than 2 million last year, and 2021 is on pace for less than 1.5 million. The border is still closed through at least June 21st. Western New York's members of Congress have been calling for it to be reopened for months now. Congressman Chris Jacobs has proposed a bill that would reopen the border on the U.S. side. But as GAELAN Malama tells us, some people in Western New York say a closed border is actually good for business.
A pandemic and a border closure are not putting the brakes on sightsee rentals.
People that I would think normally we would lose to the Canadian side, we're getting here that are staying here in Niagara Falls, New York.
President GAELAN BAILLIE says last summer was better than 2019, attracting more people from in-state Ohio and Pennsylvania. Across the street at 1 on 3rd, bartender Anthony SANTAROSA says the loss of Canadians isn't harming business.
We're doing some of the best numbers ever right now. Honestly, a lot of people are coming from other parts of the country and really looking for something different than going to, Europe or the Bahamas or something like that. They're trying to see cool places within our own countries.
Niagara Falls Mayor Robert Rustino says tourism is critical, but an open border is also about reuniting families and the return of daily border crossers.
It's really like one neighborhood separated by the river.
He says he's hoping for a border reopening July 4th weekend, saying sales tax and small businesses have taken a hit, with millions of dollars lost.
You could start in the evening, on a Thursday evening, and work your way all the way through Sunday. And there are many times that our roads are equally distributed between Canadian license plates and New York State license plates.
He wants to see a clearer roadmap to reopening, something Niagara Falls, Ontario Mayor Jim Diodati says him and other border city mayors pushed for in a late May meeting with Canada's Public Safety Minister Bill Blair.
This has been devastating for tourism, billions of dollars lost. In Niagara Falls, Canada, we get upwards of 14 million people every year. Typically, 25% of them come from the U.S., and they represent 50% of the revenue.
BAILLIE says this is the American side's chance to prove itself to tourists for when the border reopens.
I think I could end up honestly seeing a lot of people taking our equipment, scooters and bikes, riding to the Canadian side, which you can do. And hopefully I get people that are staying on the Canadian side to come back across the border over to the American side.
In Niagara Falls, GAELAN Malama, 7 Eyewitness News.
As Bloomberg first reported last night, Canada could let fully vaccinated people cross the border as early as June 22nd. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau hopes this is just another way of bringing the country's vaccination numbers up.
Easing of restrictions will be focused on Canadians who are fully vaccinated, both because that's what the science dictates, particularly when it comes to some of the new variants of concern, like the Delta variant. The difference between protection of 1 dose of vaccine versus 2 doses of vaccine is quite significant.
As of Friday, 68% of Canadian adults had their first dose, but just 7% were fully vaccinated. The vaccines available in Canada have had longer wait times between doses.